without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Eugene to take the screen and share with us his insights. Thank you. Dr. Eugene?
Okay, so you should be able to see the screen now. So probably let me introduce myself. My name is Eugene. You can just probably address me if Eugene is need to. I am actually attached with the Sunway University, Sunway Business School. So probably a little bit of background about myself. My first job is actually in marketing. Then after marketing, after some period of time, I actually went into lecturing. I have been teaching for close to about 15 years now. So mainly a lot of times, some of the business school actually look for me is because I have a very unique skill set in the sense that I actually help to nurture a lot of student entrepreneurs to actually venture into student entrepreneurship. So a lot of time that is actually not being addressed as the entire country set up its policy and stuff like that. So what happened here is that this entire process of nurturing students to become a student entrepreneur is actually a very systematic matter. So hence, most of the time I am specializing in entrepreneurship. And at the same time, because of the changing time, probably during the entire session, you will hear me saying this a little bit more, that technology is actually right now the forefront of a lot of things. So yep, let's go into it. So what will actually happen is that I have phrased out the entire topic today of Gen Z nurturing entrepreneurial mindset into actually a few ways for you to digest, and for you hope that you will be able to understand where this entire thing is actually going into. So I will actually pick up two case studies. Number one is talking about zero-calorie liquid sweetener, which is actually an ongoing project by my student right now. The other one will actually talk a little bit about e-commerce trade in health-related products. So as I continue to deliver these two case studies to all of you guys, probably there are two questions back in your mind that you should focus on a little bit. So you can probably try to highlight in the sense that, what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? I will slip in here and there, and because different case study, you actually talk about different characteristics and stuff like that. And also what makes an entrepreneur successful. All right, so without further ado, let's probably talk into the first one, zero-calorie liquid sweetener. So what happened recently is that a group of students actually came to me and said that, sir, I actually have this crazy idea. This crazy idea is actually to do this zero-calorie liquid sweetener. Me being a person with a little bit of technical background and mainly groomed in the aspect of business, I got no idea what is liquid sweetener. All right, but as per whole, I usually just take my 4 steps, and the first step is talking about discovery, problem, and ideation. So I asked, hey, so why and how do you come to this idea? So they actually tell me that, sir, we are a group of students from Indonesia, and Indonesia has probably a very high rate of diabetes there. So hence, we would like to bring a product called zero-calorie liquid sweetener into the market. So I say, hey, you know what? Malaysia is having the same problem too. Not much different there. So hence, we talk a little bit about the problem, whether is it a worthwhile problem to solve or not. So hence, we actually decided that after a little bit of search of data and stuff like that, we'll be able to find that, hey, diabetes is actually a very common problem. It's actually going to be a growing problem throughout the entire world. So, hey, yes, very good. So hence, something for us to work on in that sense. So this is a picture of a liquid sweetener. Probably it may be available in Malaysia, but it's definitely not available in Indonesia right now. This brand called Kroger and Keto is actually well established in the US already. So what happened is that if you actually drink a hot cup of tea and whatever it is, you just do 1 or 2 squirt and you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to taste the sweetness as compared to using sugar and etc. So that was the main general idea here, that we are trying to develop a solution for a current problem. Then we actually go through the usual path about, hey, what are your value proposition? This is a little bit more technical. I do understand. So don't worry about it. Just follow upon me in the sense that, hey, what is a value proposition? How are you going to make it unique for for the clients, for the customer to buy? Some of the persona question, we actually interview diabetic people, we actually interview obese people, try to understand, what are the problems, that they actually face with. So then after that, we talk a little bit of operation planning, finance, because this is a health-related product, and whether any approval needed from the authority, and prototyping and stuff like that. As of now, this particular project by my student, it is still ongoing. It is still something very interesting to develop. But probably one thing I'd like to share with you guys is that this kind of solution that the general public is actually looking into, in the sense that a replacement for sugar is not going to go away. It is going to continue to be a lot more demanded in the future. All right, as everyone starts to get a little bit more unhealthy and etc. But definitely, we hope that, in a sense that we do not need this liquid sweetener, you will actually be able to control yourself. But there will still be some form of opportunity in terms of entrepreneurship that some of us may actually go into. So this is the first case study. The second one is actually talking about e-commerce, trade, and health-related products. So this one will be a little bit more sensitive. So I actually spoke to my student itself, and we actually come to a consensus that I'm not going to review much, in the sense that who is this person, this company's name and stuff like that, because there is a lot of importing and exporting of health-related products, and there are some rules and regulation around it. And yeah, but you understand as I actually go through the entire thing. So again, what happened is that post-COVID, or probably during COVID, this student actually saw that, hey, there's a huge spike in demand in terms of health-related products, the need for health-related products to be actually delivered to the public. The public actually demand for it. That's number one. Number two, there is also a huge spike in the public really sorting of all this product through. So what happened is that during COVID time, me and my student, we just quickly hash out a plan how to actually go through this. And the first thing we actually thought about is we actually just list it on Shopee, just to try and test out the market, see whether does it work or not. And truth and behold, it took off. Everything took off, and everything is as fast. Product comes in, everything just goes out as fast as possible right now. So definitely post COVID, the entire sales went up. During COVID was more like the testing time. So right now the student is a graduate and is running this at a full-time perspective, 100% going. So again, we usually go through the same process flow. So again, you will actually see that the way that I actually want to share with you guys is actually, there is a process to it. There is a very fixed process to it. You try to answer, tick off a few questions, then probably you will have an initial conception of idea for you to go ahead already. And it is not a very scary thing. It's not. I do this day in, day out. I help students. I myself runs a business on my own. It's a very simple thing. All right. So now he's averaging, this particular company is averaging about 7,000 to 11,000 per month of sales, and he operates out of his own home. So he actually operates in his parents' house. He actually combined 2 rooms right now that the parents are actually not using. So one room is for him to sleep in, the other room is actually for him to run out his business in. So he's full-time working on it. But however, why there's a little bit of issue here is this. Just probably 4 days ago, this news actually came out, and Shopee halts the sales of diabetic drugs, all right, called Ozempic. From Shopee. So there is a worldwide shortage of these drugs. And that is where there is right now currently a very gray line between supplements, um, um, medicines, and e-commerce. So currently it's still the Wild Wild West. Here is where my student is still capitalizing on this Wild Wild West because the rules are not written yet. All right. Once the rules are written, probably he would stop if it's not favorable to him, and he will move on to some other thing and stuff like that. So in terms of where I actually want to bring you guys through is that flexibility is key. As a future nutrition student, or as a future or current nutrition student, or even a parent listening in, you will definitely agree that flexibility is key. Okay, nutrition is not so much of a very strict kind of thing in the sense that you can branch out to entrepreneurship a lot. All right. However, there is one very important point that probably I like to point out here is this. It all hinges on a very specific core knowledge. Okay, what do I mean by that? Core knowledge is this. For my student to do the 0-calorie liquid sweetener and also the e-commerce trade in terms of supplement products, both of these students does not have nutrition background at all. They do not know the labeling. They do not know if you eat this, what's the benefit of that and stuff like that. They all have to consume information from YouTube, from the labeling of the companies and stuff like that, all of the promotional material that was given by the company. But here is where I myself see that there's a huge lacking for my student, which is a business student, that they are not that effective in the promotion of that particular product because they rely 100% solely on the material that was given by the company. Meaning, if the client and the customer ask anything, they will not be able to answer. Here is where that I come back to the point that specific core knowledge really matters. You spend actually 3 to 4 years getting a degree. Here is where your core knowledge is. Then after that, you go and be flexible yourself, go and gain other knowledge. For example, it could be business related, it could be something related. It is oftentimes in the real world that there is such thing called you need multiple skill set across the entire spectrum. All right, but here is where my student is lacking. They don't have the core knowledge. They are struggling in answering some nutrition related question. So emphasis of core knowledge is very, very important here. So here is where one of the characteristics that probably you guys may want to take note is that core knowledge is king. All right, then the selling, the buying, the learning of management part can come easily later. All right, and one more thing, probably the last point I'd like to highlight is that business have cycles. That's one thing. Then there are evergreen cycles. Health-related products are evergreen cycles. Like it or not, things goes up, things goes down, but there will always be a consistent demand for health-related product, especially in the sense of counseling, nutrition, anything that is related to the spectrum of healthcare. It is pretty much evergreen in the business perspective. All right. Just that there might be a dent here and there, but there will always be demand for it. So come to the next slide is that something probably I would like to challenge you guys a little bit. There is future trends worldwide, and you will actually be able to see that, hey, the entire world mainly is going into the perspective of technology. Okay, so capitalize on that. The entire world is going to technology, but probably I'm not going to spend much time talking about the worldwide trend. Probably I'm just going to spend a little bit more time talking about the Malaysian trend. All right, and no different. Malaysian trend follow on the path of technology too. All right. However, there is a growing need. Before COVID, there was also a growing need of digital healthcare already. So you coming out from the perspective of nutrition, trying to combine it in the perspective of technology, how are you going to do this very well? All right, then sustainability will forever be there. It is going to take up there. Then gig economy, not going to talk so much about that. E-commerce, esports, social commerce, agri-tech. Yes, it's also going to be another upgrowing domain in Malaysia, where we talk about sustainable farming, vertical farming, then probably in the sense of healthcare, you know, how is it going to be different? Where is the thought? In fact, probably I have 3 or 4 friends that are currently doing vertical farming already, diving themselves full-fledged into it. Not so much of students, but my peers that are actually doing vertical farming right now. And there is the last number 8 point that is very unique, that currently post-COVID, we are seeing a huge spike in elderly care and wellness lifestyle. All right, pre-COVID, there was already a need there, but post-COVID, there is suddenly right now a huge jump there. So recently, even under Sunway Group, we actually just launched our wellness center for elderly. That's number 1. Number 2, we even right now, even I myself, as I was surveying the entire market, I even see developments, property developments that are designed for wellness, designed for the elderly, taking into consideration that, hey, how do I staff a doctor in the high-rise building itself where we have 24 hours corner? So I believe that, like it or not, nutrition is going to be a very interesting component as the entire population age. A very, very interesting component. How are we, in the sense that, going to bring this impact to the entire society? Either is it elderly, either is it the wellness of the people, combining with technology. Here is where I believe the opportunity is very, very great. All right, even I myself, I encourage my students to, hey, develop gerontology or, you know, elderly related care business. It is going to be needed. It is going to be, you know, going to be core and front and center. Even the Malaysian government recently said that they're going to launch a policy on elderly care. So here is where, you know, future nutrition student or current nutrition student, something for you to take note. How are you going to fit yourself into that particular picture? How are you going to do that advice? How are you going to open it up to, in a way that everyone, especially the elderly people, will be able to take note of that? And something funny is that my own parents are actually considered as elderly. They're all retired and stuff like that, and they can use mobile device pretty well. They can use mobile device pretty well. They can use technology pretty well, but they are a little resistant, but they can operate it. So here is where, in the sense that, how is the entire care and the entire system going to talk to this group of elderly people who is going to need more and more healthcare from there? And with that, probably I have just run through a very quick system, how you're actually going to do it. And this would actually come to a little bit end of my sharing here. Here's my email if you would like to reach out to me. But I hope that whatever that I have shared here is beneficial to you. Do let me know if there's any question. I'll be more than happy to answer it at the end of the day. All right. So probably I'll pass back to Dr. Yong. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Eugene. I couldn't agree more with Dr. Eugene that nutrition is not only very important for our own health, but it's also the future innovations. So I'm sure many of you have questions for Dr. Eugene at this moment. So if you have any questions for the speaker, please type them in the Q&A planner below, and we will address them during the Q&A section. Okay, so up next, we are delighted to have Dr. Snigdha, an associate professor in the nutrition and dietetics at the International Medical University, joining us. So with over 20 years of the teaching experience in the field of nutrition, Dr. Snigdha will be sharing valuable insights on the topic, can I be a Nutripreneur with my nutrition degree? Over to you, Dr. Snigdha.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yong, and a very good afternoon to every one of you. Actually, I had a very good experience with Dr. Eugene taking the webinar forward. He highlighted on one key important point. He mentioned that having a nutrition, being an entrepreneur in nutrition, it runs as an evergreen cycle from the business perspective. Now, what does it say and what does it mean? He has already explained. So I would walk you through as to, can I become a nutripreneur with my current nutrition degree from IMU? Now, before we think about what exactly is a nutripreneur, let us have a glimpse of the global nutrition market. There has been an increasing consciousness which has positively impacted the industry, specifically the nutrition industry. And you know what? According to one of the business news, it has been predicted about $465.4 million is going to be invested into the nutrition market by 2025. So if you look at the global perspective again, there would be a 6.6% growth rate every year. So this is where Dr. Eugene's evergreen cycles steps in. This indicates that there is a positive progression for nutritionists to become entrepreneurs in the future. So business-wise, it is considered to be an evergreen cycle. Now, let's look at this. There are three terminologies that we are going to talk about. One is nutritionist, one is an entrepreneur, and the other one is the nutripreneur. So, who is a nutritionist? A nutritionist is a person who has a degree in nutrition and is a registrable person under the Allied Health Professionals Act, and who would be advising on matters of food and nutrition which impacts on health. An entrepreneur is a person who runs a business venture. If we were to marry these two together, not physical marrying, but figuratively, if we were to marry both these professions together, we would be getting a blend of both the skill set in one particular profession, which could be a nutripreneur. So nutripreneurs are nutritionist innovators, like what you have seen as the previous speaker mentioned, how to help to develop products as well as market the products for business purposes. So a nutritionist has to take up the skills of an entrepreneur. There are a couple of skills beyond the core knowledge of a nutritionist. As we all know, that nutritionists will be dealing with the foods, how the foods react in the human body, and what are the health consequences, how these health consequences can be prevented. Whereas entrepreneurship is a different ballgame, where the science of nutrition is brought into the business era. So there are certain necessary skills which a nutritionist must acquire in order to become a nutripreneur. Some of the skills are the nutritionist must be innovative. Like you saw what the previous speaker mentioned about the different kinds of products available in the market or are upcoming in the market. They should be business-centric. They should be able to work in a team, have leadership, be assertive, and have an appetite to risk tolerance. So this would lead them to be a proficient nutripreneur and a big market player in future years. Nutripreneurs can also act as menus of change. So they can also bring the world to recognize or to see how nutrition can play a bigger role in the business market, as well as in taking care of the well-being of the population. They do have a practical vision of integrating optimal nutrition along with public health. There goes one of the key responsibilities and roles of a nutritionist, wherein they try to prevent the non-communicable diseases through appropriate nutritional advice so that the population can remain healthy. They also help to promote sustainable nutrition. I'm sure you must be hearing this word very frequently these days. And also relatably, you would be hearing about the Sustainable Development Goals. So what is this about? How can every individual on this planet, be it an animal, be it a human being, have an equal accessibility to food and also be able to get the food required for their own growth and development? Besides that, entrepreneurs also have a social responsibility within the food service industry. Which foods can be used, which should not be used, which can be used in moderation, or which should be used for specific purposes. So entrepreneurs can drive this agenda also in the food service industry. Last but not the least is integrating sustainable nutrition with the culinary profession. Culinary nutrition, culinary medicine is coming up, especially after the COVID times have taken over. During the pandemic, I'm sure you must have all peeped into the social media to check out on healthy foods, how to prepare quick but healthy foods, quick bites, and many other such videos incorporating minimal amount of ingredients which were locally available. So such things are very, very important, and they are a key to a nutripreneur's role in order to integrate the sustainable nutrition, which can be followed across generations and across lifespans. And this can be presented well in the profession of culinary science. So, what are our entrepreneurial nutrition facts? The person, if you are going to take up, if you want to aim at becoming an entrepreneur, you need to have the aggressiveness, which is hustle, the aggressiveness to make or bring a change. You should be the one to become the agents of change in the community, in the business world, globally as well as locally. You should have motivation, and nothing can drive your business skills more than motivation. You need to be motivated. You need to understand what is the change that you're going to bring into the community. But that should not prevent you from doing so, because you may think that, oh, there are other competitors in the market. Should you step back? Definitely not. So you should be motivated despite the number of competitors existing in the market. You need to identify what is your USP, which is unique selling point, which can get a better market, a bigger market, a more popular market as opposed to your competitors. You need to be persistent. Remember, Rome was not built in a day. You need to persevere the turmoils that goes on into setting up a business. You need to be 100% disciplined. Now, what I mean by discipline, we have seen discipline in the classrooms, we have seen discipline in the work area, we have seen discipline in health sectors, even in across all the other industry sectors as well. But here, discipline means something that you need to imbibe and regulate upon yourself. There's no one is going to watch over you, but it is you who is watching over yourself. Let's say, for example, today you have really hit your target in selling your product. So tomorrow, you cannot afford to wake up at 11 in the morning saying that you're compensating today's sleep for tomorrow. That is something which you need to be very, very cautious about. Without passion, you cannot drive anything. So passion is a must in order to drive your project. However, there should be no fear. Why we are talking of fear when we are talking of entrepreneurship? Like yourself, there are multiple players in the market. Every day you open up any of these e-commerce websites like Lazada or Shopee. Today, if you see 10 people are selling the same products, tomorrow you will see 15 others selling the same products. So what's the difference? It's the competitiveness in pricing. Not only that, they also have some other USPs besides that. It could be online, it could be delivery, timely delivery. It also could be slightly charging less, slightly giving you better offers, and many more. So there is no end to competition in the market. So you should not be afraid to go and step into the market where there is already a competition. And last but not the least is knowledge. Without having a sound knowledge in nutrition, if you are becoming a nutripreneur, there would be some stumbling blocks, as you will not be able to relate or answer the questions from the public as to why certain things have been happening in this case. You should be accountable, justifiable of whatever product you are bringing into the market. So the key driving factors are visualization. You should look at the market as a whole. Do not ever sample from your family or friends and then say, oh, then I think it's a good idea if I proceed with product A because my friends like it. Your friends may be of the same generation as you. But when you are sending a product to the market, you should be cognizant of the fact that there are multiple generations. It could start from baby boomers until Gen Z. So you need to cater with certain USP across all these generations. So you need to be visible, you need to visualize what exists in the market, what are the gaps which you can fulfill through your product or through your nutripreneurship. The second is determination. No matter what you do, if you want to achieve your goal, you must be determined. So there could be many setbacks while you set up a business, as you heard from the previous speaker. No business has got a smooth sail. There are high ends and low ends in business, like what you feel on any day at work. Some days you are more energetic. Some days you're more happy, passionate. You can get more things done. There are certain days where you may not have anything much on your plate to do, but you have not progressed enough. So you need to accept that as a part of life, yet be determined to acquire or achieve your goals. The sky is the limit. Consistency. If you are being a nutripreneur and today you are selling a product X, and tomorrow you're selling the same product X, both the products should be comparable and consistent. You cannot say that the same product, when it is sold after 1 week, let's say, you may say, oh, it rained today, or it did not dry, or this was the problem, or that was the problem. You cannot bring problems to the forefront. Problems are yours. Solution is you. So you need to give your solution to the problems that may come. And what does it result in? Consistency of the product in the market that you are aiming for. So 7 things every nutrition entrepreneur or every nutripreneur should know. The value of free. As a nutrition entrepreneur, it is important to know when to spend your money. Just because you have a credit card, don't go swiping at every single call. Try to see what you can do free of cost. For example, there are certain things that you need to pay. If you want to get a nutrition software program, possibly you need to pay. You cannot avoid that. But let us say you want to market it. You have social media platforms. They are free. You can use that. So don't put all your money immediately the minute you start your business. Rationalize why you are doing it and see if you can find some alternatives. Find your niche. When you are finding your niche, You need to choose and focus on small, well-defined market segment. So this gives you an advantage in business. Remember, I just mentioned about USP. It's your unique selling point. What is it that you can offer which currently is not available in the market? Try to look for that niche. So you will, if you can focus on that niche, you will be able to eliminate a large chunk of your competition and set the stage for growth later down the road. Next one, you are not alone. If you say that, oh, the business is mine, I'm the only one driving it. Remember, research and business, you can never do it alone. You have to have a team. Build a team. Have a support group. Network. Find a mentor. Build online relationships. Learn from others so that you are not alone, left to yourself. Your time is valuable. Any effort that you put in needs your time. And your time comes at a cost. So your time is very, very valuable. If you're offering a service, do not shy away from seeking or compensation in terms of remuneration or payment. Sometimes as nutritionists, I have observed we are very modest. We do not want to, we give an advice. We may take 1 hour plus, but sometimes we just say, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay when you do it once or twice. Will you be able to do it like this every time? How will you sustain yourself? Forget about other people's sustainability. So your time is valuable. Do not be afraid to ask for compensation, which reflects the amount of work you have done and the amount of time you have invested. And be willing to negotiate a fair price for your expertise. It's okay to say no. Many a times we notice that we keep saying yes. Why? Because we always have the tendency to help people, which is good, which is absolutely good. If you do good, I'm sure you'll be blessed with good as well. But sometimes the saying yes repeatedly may take a toll on you. So you should know your own boundaries and be prepared to protect your own boundaries. It's very easy to get into the pattern of saying yes to everything, specifically when you are just trying to build your business. You want to keep the people around you pleased, but sometimes you need to be cautious of your own boundaries. Be honest with yourself. As an entrepreneur, you have a lot of things on your plate. It is not only your nutritional knowledge or your nutrition expertise, but beyond that, you also have to look into finance, you'll have to look into operations, into management, and many more. So you need to be honest with yourself and know your capabilities. How much can you do? And what is within your comfort zone for driving it? So if you think you may not be good at the business model, get someone with a business background or connect with Dr. Eugene, as he mentioned, and then get your business up and moving. So the same thing goes for social media management, scheduling of appointments, billing, computer work. So get people to do that. You may have to hire them. No one is going to work free for you. So unless you get paid, how are you going to pay your other professionals? And the most important point, we sometimes overlook or overthink, and we say that we can do it all. Never ever try to do everything on your own, as this can lead to mistakes, long hours at work, and ultimately burnout. If you, being the driving force, you are burnout, how can you uplift your team to work towards it? The last and the most important point, as I mentioned again, Rome was not built in a day. Any business, big or small, will take time. Please be patient. Please persevere. This may sound a bit of a cliche, but building a successful nutrition practice definitely cannot happen overnight. Let's be patient and trust the process. Ultimately, it will pay off. It may take a couple of years also. So you need to persevere during that period. So sometimes when you are taking a leap into entrepreneurship, it can be quite intimidating as well. But it doesn't necessarily have to be if you have got the right partners in your team. Now, here are some business ideas or business opportunities for nutritionists. You could become an online nutrition coach, a nutrition educator, commercialize healthy meals and snacks in form of providing meals on wheels. Also, you could do that. You know, the food trucks that you find in and around now, every market complex, you will find 1 or 2 food trucks. How about starting small? You could probably take up a food truck, offer healthy meals. When you are offering meals with your nutrition background, I'm sure you can add much more value as opposed to the current operating food trucks. You could not only give a nutritional value to it, but you could also give them a bit of insight into how it's going to prevent them, or how it's going to be cost effective, or how it is going to help them to maintain a healthy life. So these are all within your scope. And as nutritionists, you will be taught about diverse aspects of well-being. Well-being sounds as one is just a compound word. But when you actually dissect the word well-being, there are lots and lots of components to it. And not every nutritionist can address all the components at every point of time. So you just have to pick up the niche where you think you can be good at, and you can be better as compared to your competitors. You can also partner with health and fitness centers, which currently most of the fitness centers are also hiring nutritionists. Develop wellness and health tracking mobile apps. Well, thanks to COVID, which has promoted the development of such wellness and health tracking mobile apps. And you can find them plenty, because we couldn't go out, consult people, or understand what is good or what is bad for us. These technology developed support systems have become very handy at the click of a button. You could also start a holistic nutrition consultancy. So how does the IMU nutrition program prepare our students to become a nutripreneur? As I mentioned earlier, it is nutrition, it is entrepreneurship. And then we try to develop these skills in students so that in future, we equip them with these skills so that when they go out after graduation, they have a choice to develop their own entrepreneurships and become nutripreneurs. We offer 3 key modules apart from the core nutrition subjects, which has been taught to become a registrable nutritionist. We have embedded these 3 modules: the entrepreneurship module, the food service management module, as well as the principles of marketing module. How does it apply in nutrition? So these 3 modules in the curriculum are catering to grooming the entrepreneurial skills of our students. The systematic and sequential offering of the modules enables the students to relate better and acquire comprehensive skills in entrepreneurship. So with these modules taught within the curriculum, our students move into a project under the food service management, where they develop recipes, they can be innovative in creating their own recipes. However, it must be healthy, it should be cost effective, as well as it must be palatable, because developing a healthy menu but doesn't taste good is not going to help their sustainability. So these are some of the samples that our students have prepared. As you know, from the previous speaker has already highlighted in his last slide, there are certain future trends in Malaysia. And one of the future trends is elderly care and wellness lifestyle. So this is a hot topic now in the market. People have also started preparing healthy foods at home and supplying to the offices. They provide a cyclic menu to certain offices. They then take the orders from the offices, deliver their menu at the offices. And this is exactly what the future trend is going to look like, because we are in the era of gig economy, so that we are no more rigid. It's very flexible. You have the smaller entrepreneurs coming up and booming out, as opposed to an established company being present in the market. So our students not only prepare these in our labs, they also package it in such a way, they plate and package it with utmost care and sell it at a kiosk. However, they adhere to all the food safety guidelines, which has been already alluded to them, and they have studied every component of food safety before they send it out for marketing or selling it at the kiosk. So with this, are you ready to begin the journey of an entrepreneur? I hope you wear your thinking hats, and then we can discuss further if you need to know, have more information on how to move about with it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Snigdha, for sharing with us our valuable insights and expertise on the topic becoming how to become a nutripreneur with a nutrition degree. So I love the slogans that the nutripreneurs as manuals of change, wise word indeed. So nutrition program is actually have the potentials to play a pivotal role in nurturing and also the creating these nutripreneurs. So it also can be inspired individuals become innovative, business-minded leaders in these fields of the nutrition. So thank you, Dr. Snigdha. So thank you. So we have now privileged to listen from the expert from both nutrition and the business perspective. Now it's time to dive deeper into insights and also the experiences from the founders. So next up, we have Ms. Jia Wen. So she is the co-founder Hippie Babies. So it's a pleasure to have you here, Jia Wen. So we are excited to learn more about how the journey and also the valuable lessons you have gathered along the way. So over to you, Jia Wen.
Sorry, Dr. Yong. Can you see my slide?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the introduction, Dr. Yong. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm Jia Wen, a proud IMU alumni from the NT117 batch. And I can't express how thrilled I am to be standing here today. And big thanks to Dr. Megan for giving me this amazing opportunity to share my journey with all of you. It feels like yesterday when I walked out of IMU as a fresh grad in 2020, and now I am back, ready to take you on a roller coaster ride through my experiences. As we all know, today's topic is about entrepreneurship in the nutrition business. Without further ado, I would like to share about my topic today, setting up a nutrition business and what do you need to know. Before I start, if there's anyone interested on my profile, you may connect with me on LinkedIn or also Instagram as well. Okay, allow me to provide a brief overview of my educational journey. I enrolled at IMU in 2017 to pursue a nutrition degree in in 2017 to pursue a nutrition degree. And in 2020, I had the opportunity to participate in internships at both Klinik Kesehatan and also a supplement company named BioLife. It was during this time that I explored the path of a nutritionist and discovered the aspect of the job that truly resonated with me. And in 2020, after I graduated from IMU, I started my first job in retail pharmacy and started up my own business with my partner in 2022. Working with the community, particularly with expectant mothers and infants, became my passion, and my journey officially began in January 2020 when I started my internship with my peers in Klinik Kesehatan. Yes, this is me like in short hair in 2020. So our daily routine consisted of conducting nutritional counseling sessions for mothers and babies, which involve assessing their BMI, anthropometry, and also their dietary habits. I'm grateful to have had a preceptor who was an expert in breastfeeding, as she guided parents in their preparation for the crucial aspects of infant nutrition. And this the second photo at your right side is the photo showing her teaching the parents the correct way of hugging a baby and also how to effectively practice breastfeeding. Okay, additionally, we also had the opportunity to deliver nutrition health talks to primary school students. Yes, the one standing and also holding the mic is me, and also with my peers. During the internship, we have the opportunity to deliver the nutrition health talks to primary school students. Other than that, also to the PKD and also the Orang Asli community. So my time at Klinik Kesehatan was incredibly enjoyable, and I found immense satisfaction in this work, in the work I was doing. After completing the internships in various fields, I finally discovered my passion, and coincidentally, I graduated during the MCO period, and I have a very strong desire to contribute to the community. So this led me to join a retail pharmacy that went beyond the ordinary, as the pharmacy that I work also had a dedicated mom and baby store selling essential items to the parents and also babies, which aligned to my passion because I really like maternal and also children health. And that's why I joined the retail pharmacy. And in my role, I offer nutrition counseling to parents, guiding them on selecting the right baby essentials. I emphasize the importance of breastfeeding and provide advice on choosing suitable breast pumps, preventing the milk clogs, and selecting breastfeeding bras and more. I also provide parents with guidance on introducing complementary food, preventing food allergy, and also implementing the 3-day rule to identify if the baby is allergic to the particular food or not. So the lectures at IMU, particularly those on the lifestyle nutrition by Dr. Ong and also Dr. Lee, prepared me extensively for this role. And I fondly remember the enjoyable learning experience in IMU. So the next question is, why did I decide to start up a business? Because of opportunity. After a year of working in the retail pharmacy and mom and baby shop, a remarkable opportunity presented itself, and I had the chance to start my own business alongside a senior from the dietetic course, also from IMU, whom I had worked with and also share a similar perspective. We both had a deep interest in maternal and also infant nutrition and were determined to promote breastfeeding in Malaysia. Our goal was to guide parents in establishing the right nutritional foundation, whether during pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, lactation, or when introducing complementary foods to their children. And also additionally, we also assist parents by reviewing their child health record and providing additional guidance after they visit the Klinik Kesehatan, the pink book that they have, like with the baby when they have the injection and all. So we will review that, also review their growth chart as well. And hence my entrepreneurship journey began, and we started our business from scratch. Like I restart my career journey. We started all like our business from taking care of the smallest details, including like selecting the tiles, the paint color, designing our plastic bags, creating signboards and name card, and much more. So the process of setting up the shop involved like cleaning, arranging the furniture, opening like a lot of boxes, and also discarding the packaging materials. Like there's a lot of things from the scratch that we do until what we have now. And now I'm delighted to show you our wonderful shop. We designed a photography section featuring our logo, and also many customers have captured beautiful moments of their children with our Hippie Babies logo in the background. However, to respect the customer confidentiality, so I can only share my own photo here. So I go and take a picture and show you, yes, this is our like photography section for the customer. So our shop is organized into different sections, including like bedding sets, clothing, baby necessities, and even the resting area. We put great thought and effort into creating a comfortable and also inviting space for our customers, so they will feel like home when they arrive our shop. So the baby shop that we built is very different from outside, as this baby shop is set up by nutritionist, which is me, and also my partner, who is a dietitian. We want to build a different kind of baby shop, like what Dr. Snigdha said just now. Like our unique point is we want to like deliver our knowledge, our nutritional knowledge, and also provide a place that the community can approach to seek for nutritional advisors. This is what makes us different from the competitor. And also the most satisfying thing is when our customer come and thanks us when their kids nutritional health improve. So this is what makes us like keep on going and also motivate us. So certainly there will be numerous challenges that we encountered throughout the journey, including like we are the new player in town. As a new business, we face the challenge of establishing ourselves in the market and gaining recognition among the competitors. Also on the stock ordering, to ensure the efficient and also the timely stock ordering and management was a constant challenge to meet customer demands and also to avoid stock outs or excess inventory. Like cooperation with our partner, like this really take a lot of effort for us to find a reliable and also suitable cooperation partner for like sourcing products and also services. And also other than that, also the marketing events, advertisement, online website setup was a significant challenge, like involving website design, content creation, and also ensuring smooth online transaction. We don't really learn about all this before. As what Dr. Snigdha mentioned, we need to find the expert to the expert thing, the professional thing. So as I'm not an expert in marketing and online website, be honest to yourself and also seek for help to find like somebody who really good in doing it. Okay, I think I lagged for a while. Just now my screen is not moving. Okay, so like for this marketing part, luckily during my degree, I did learn a little bit about marketing in nutrition. So this really helped me when I planned for the marketing event also. Other than that, other challenges that I face also the loyalty program, which we need to plan a loyalty program that really incentivize the customer to choose our business over competitor while ensuring the profit to our business. So this is one of the challenge. Other than that is also our manpower. Like what Dr. Snigdha mentioned just now, don't do anything for like by yourself. When there's need, hire people or find anyone who can assist you in your business. As at the beginning, this is very challenging because there's only two of us who started the business and we are both female. So like setting up the shop, everything is both of us like need to do like carry all the boxes by ourselves. So during that time, really there's a very like challenge and in the manpower part. So always find someone to help if you need help, or else just like hire a staff and then you can just earn back the profit later on. And also last but not least is the time sacrification, because starting a business demanded immense dedication and also often require like sacrificing personal time and also leisure activity, especially weekend and public holiday, as these are the best time to find like to have the most of the crowd. So we don't really like have the chance to take off days during like weekend and also public holiday, and that's the time that you will need to sacrifice some of your family time also. So these are the challenges that I have met like for this 1 year of like entrepreneurship. So despite all these challenges, several motivation kept us going. Like supportive colleague is very important to encourage you to move forward, because if a workplace that is with very high politics or with a non-supportive colleague actually will make you to be very negative all the time. So supportive colleague is really important in order to make all the vibes very positive and also encourage us to move forward. And other than that is also the vision to increase nutritional health awareness. Our vision is deep-seated belief in our deep-seated belief in the importance of nutritional health awareness within the community serve as a driving force to overcome obstacles and also make a positive impact. So last but not least is also the goal of guiding parents. Our ultimate goal of guiding parents in establishing the right nutritional foundation for their children, fuel our determination to provide valuable service and also information to the community. So by staying motivated and focused on our vision and goals, we were able to tackle challenges head on and also make strides towards our mission of promoting nutritional health awareness. So how do we overcome? We overcome the challenges by different various strategies, including implement a well-structured promotional plan to increase visibility and attract customers. We also engage in live talks, enhance our popularity, and also showcase our expertise because we are nutritionists and also dietitians. So we need to emphasize on it and also showcase to our customers, so let them know that we are different from others. We also do donation to orphanage and also leverage the power of social media exposure to expand our reach and also engage with our audience and promote our product and service. So this is the photo of live talk that I have did with Alvin, one of our dietitian alumni from IMU as well. It's also from the same batch as me, to share about how to start complementary food to the little one. So this one we did a Facebook Live. So I'm glad that he invited me to do the sharing, and my customers find it very helpful and bring clearer picture to them on how to start the right way in preparing complementary feeding to their children. So by implementing all these strategies, we can effectively overcome challenges and propel our business forward. So there's some value to be an entrepreneur that I would like to share, like what Dr. Snigdha have shared just now also. As an entrepreneur, you need to be persistent, be disciplined, be passionate in what you're doing, and be no fear. And actually all this where you really built me very well, I can say. So other than that, I would like to also take this opportunity to answer some of the audience about, because I always have this question being asked by others, when is the best time to start a business? Always remember that there's no perfect time to start a business. You don't need to be perfect, then only you can start a business. Instead, you should grow with the business. That's why internship program is very important, because if we keep on studying or preparing, we'll never expose yourself to the reality. So hence, prepare yourself with goals, targets, what business you want to do, why you want to do it, when you want to start, and who is your target group. Then slowly implementing it with a business plan. Then you can plan when to start the business. Of course, there's a lot of study that you will need to do as well, and hence being patient to your business is very important. Other than that, cultivate patience. Entrepreneurship requires patience, as build a business take time, and success may not happen overnight. You will not oh, tomorrow or my shop is already well finished and there's a lot of customer. No, that's why success will not happen overnight. Patience helps navigate through challenges and setbacks. There's a lot of reflection you will need to do. Sometimes sleepless night for me, because there's a lot of plan in my mind, and I also reflect what I can do better to improve my business. You cannot be too rushed to the success. Other than that, achieving goals, being an entrepreneur allow you to set a work towards your own goal, because this can give you a sense of fulfillment and also personal and accomplishment. Doing what you're passionate about, pursuing a business in the area that you're passionate about. Because for me, I would like to work in mom and baby, maternal and also children health. And because I like kids, therefore when I see my customer baby growing well, I feel very happy and motivate me to work harder for the community. But there's maybe some of the audience, maybe you will not like what I'm doing right now. Maybe you like food, you like to prepare food, you like to prepare bentos, healthy bentos. So just do whatever you like, because doing something you like can really bring joy to you, and also you will not give up so easily. Other than that is inculcate reflective learning. Always reflect yourself from the success and also failure. This helps to refine your strategy and improve your decision making. Okay, so like you can go for next will be like our future plan. So our future plan, we have some of the plan that maybe will take in 1 or 2 years later. So we wanted to plan for like breastfeeding room. That's a lot of parents start to practicing like breastfeeding. I'm really happy to see that, and hence we plan to build a breastfeeding room in the future as a support for those nursing mothers for breastfeeding. Other than that, we planning to do like cooking show, as we often face a question from our customer, what can I cook for my babies? I'm not sure if anyone facing this issue. Maybe Dr. Megan, do you have this issue? Perhaps mothers were always having this problem. Therefore, we are planning to organize like cooking shows that related to nutrition and healthy eating that can help to educate customers and have more ideas of the menu for their little one. Other than that, this is one of the goals that I'm working towards for the moment, which is to creating my own brand. As I'm working for this line for nearly 3 years, I always observe of the needs of the parents and the children, and hence to be more outstanding, I'm doing my own brand product named CC Baby. I'm planning to launch it by maybe the next quarter of year. Hopefully by October can see the brand coming out, and please do show some support if you ever encounter CC Baby on your Instagram or Facebook. So in conclusion, reflecting on my journey and also sharing it with all of you today has made me realize the extent of challenges and growth I have experienced as an entrepreneur. I am grateful for this opportunity to share my story and lessons learned. If I had not taken this time to reflect and share, I may not fully appreciated the magnitude of my experiences. So remember, follow your passion, grow, and enjoy every moment. Thank you all for having me today. Good luck and all the best to everyone.
Jia Wen. So we are slightly a little delay. So now we move on to our last speaker for today, Ms. Shia, the founders of the Healthy Limes. She will be presenting the topic on the telehealth, closing the gaps of the nutrition service. So without further delay, so now I would like to invite Ms. Shia to take the screen and begin with her presentation. Over to you, Shia.
You're muted, Shreya.
Can you hear me now?
You can share your screen.
Just a minute, I'm sharing. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Perhaps Dr. Yong can share from her end in the interest of time. Yes, that would be great.
Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Yeah, I can proceed now.
Yes, I can. Okay. Good evening to everyone. So first of all, let me give a small introduction. My name is Shreya, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur, and I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today about telehealth, closing the gap of nutrition services. I will also be sharing some of my own insights and experiences on these topics. So first, it's raining at my place. So if there is any interruptions or disruptions, please let me know. Okay, so I hope that you find my presentation informative and thought-provoking. So if you have any comments or questions, please let me know. Next slide. Okay, so I graduated from NT 119 batch in November 2022. And right now I'm the founder of my very own nutrition platform called the Healthy Limes. So Healthy Limes offers a personalized advice and guidance to help you achieve your health goals. The main motto is to rediscover the joy in eating deeply nourishing meals without restriction or fear, and to achieve your health goals. So what I have learned from my undergraduate about nutrition is that everyone think we can only achieve our desired weight by restricting what we like. And I realized that it's not true. IMU had changed that thought for me. So it's always about how much you eat rather than what you eat. And it accounts for both the weight gain and weight loss. And so I wanted to bring this to the outside people, as majority of the people have the misconception about nutrition. Next slide. So why I chose a career in nutrition? So the first reason is my passion for human body and diseases. So since a very young age, I was really into biology of the human body, how human body works, how we respond to certain things. So that was one of the reasons that pursued me to choose the career in nutrition. And secondly, when I did my research about the nutrition career, I understood that there are multiple opportunities and there are multiple job scopes that you can go into. You can go into community nutrition, sports nutrition, clinical nutrition, and the doors are wide open for you. And thirdly is that you can start your own platform. So what you have in your hand is a professional degree. So with that, you can start a business by yourself. You don't need to work under anyone. You don't need to search your own job. So if you have the courage to pursue business, then you can, of course, start one by yourself. And fourthly is the importance of health in today's world. So if you compare the previous years with the current year, even after COVID, people are so into health. They are ready to spend on health. They're ready to focus on health, make lifestyle changes for improvement. So this is a growing career that we can adapt to, and there's a lot of opportunities that is open in today's world for health. If you see countries like UAE and European countries, they are providing a lot for the nutritionists. There's a lot of job scopes that is around for this career. So that was one of the reasons for choosing nutrition. And the last one is my love to interact with people. So I love interacting with people, communicating with them, getting to know them, their needs, how I can help them for their lifestyle and everything. So that is another reason that I chose nutrition. Next, please. So this is my career journey. So during my IMU journey, I had the opportunity to work at a clinic. So my clinic was the Clinic Kesihatan Kelana Jaya, and as well as industry, which is Convimed and ProMedic Clinic. So in Clinic Kesihatan, it was mainly the mother and the child care unit. So we had it was during the COVID time, but we still had opportunity to go to B40 family groups. And we also did surveys, and we did examinations of height, weight of the children, and food basket program. So all this was one of the great opportunities that I had received from IMU. And second one was an industry. So it was called as the Convimed and ProMedic Clinic. So I did nutrition marketing. So I learned a lot about marketing from there. And also there we had to use a lot of Excels. So I learned a lot of skills from Excels, and also there were staffs who had issues like obesity, overweight, and diabetes, high blood pressure. So we gave advices, nutrition advices, diet plans for all the staffs at Convimed and ProMedic Clinic. And thirdly, I worked with Snack Malaysia, but not for a very long time, as I had a few visa issues and had to go back to my home country. But I was there with Snack, and I did a lot of programs for the athletes during the Ramadan season, what to eat for the athletes, or what not to eat, and how you can control the portion size, how to still maintain your performance even during the Ramadan season. So I had a great time with Snack. And right now I'm working under Pusat Activity Kanak. It's an NGO, which is in the Chowkit. So even today I had a program with them for food and nutrition, where I taught the kids on what are the foods they can eat, what foods they shouldn't eat, because mainly the children are between the age of 7 to 13. And so it was a bit challenging to control them first. There was a huge group of students, and mainly if you see, obesity is still very high in Malaysia, and it is mainly because of the nutrition of the young children. And what I noticed from that is that many of the children usually have Milo and roti chennai for the breakfast. So I had a session with the parents and the teachers and the students, for what to eat for breakfast and how they can improve their health. And right now I have my own business platform called as the Healthy Limes, where it is telehealth, like consultation, online consultation. And I have clients from India, Malaysia, and as well as Singapore. And currently during this September, I'll be going for my master's at the University of Glasgow. So I'll talk about my master's also in the upcoming slides. Next. So to talk about Healthy Limes, the tagline is eat better and not less. So my motivation to start was mainly, to be honest, I'm an international student. So I cannot work in Malaysia without having an experience for 3 years. So for a few months, I was at home doing nothing. And it was a bit sad because I love to work. I love what I do. I love nutrition. I love food. So I really wanted to work. But I'll be called to the interviews. But as soon as they know that I'm an international student and I cannot work in Malaysia, I was, so during the final stage, I was not able to pass the final stage of the interview because of that. So many of the job opportunities slipped out of my hand because of that reason. So that was my main motivation to start my own website. So I thought, why wait for someone to give me a job when I can be my own boss? So I started with the Healthy Limes. Then I had clients also, many clients from India, especially mainly in India, because in Malaysia, there's language barrier problems. So it was mainly, my clients are mainly from India. So the main challenge I faced is marketing. I would say marketing is one of the most difficult challenge that I faced, especially because my knowledge in marketing is not that good. And I've only gained a bit of experience from ConveyMed. And also we had a module for nutrition and marketing and business. So I had a bit of knowledge from that. So that was one of the challenges that I faced, promoting my business, making it reach to a large audience. So that was one of the challenge. And so I overcame that challenge I had a very supportive team, to be honest, my friends and my family. So they all promoted it through social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. So even I took a Facebook and Instagram account for my Healthy Limes. So slowly it started to reach to people. And opportunities, I would say, opportunities doesn't come at your doorstep. You have to go and find it. So my main platform for it was LinkedIn. So through LinkedIn, I'm not sure if you're aware of, there is retirement living in Malaysia called the Pacific Retirement Living. So very proud to say that they were my first client. I gave them the nutrition plan for the elderly people. It's in Malaysia, in Petaling Jaya. So I would search for opportunities. I would email all the nutrition industry sectors, old age homes, and fitness centers if they require a nutritionist, if they require any consultation. So what I would say is hard work pays off. So be consistent. Just because you email to 10, 20 people and nobody's responding doesn't mean you stop. You keep emailing. I have emailed over 50 to 60 people for consultations and asking them if they need a nutritionist. So I would say that be consistent, be determined, and be disciplined. You will achieve your goal for sure. Next one, please. So this is my website. So if you have time, you can check it out. It's Healthy Limes. So my main motto being, let's make peace with your food and body without any restrictions. Next. And she is one of my clients. Her name is Aditi, and she is a software engineer at Google. I have a few other clients also from Google. She was facing a lot of issues with health, mainly sleeplessness, and she didn't have the energy to work or anything. So I helped her with all those things, and she was very weak also. So she is one of my clients. She's from Google, and I have other clients as well. So where I do is consultation mainly, and we have like a few packages where you can choose depending on your preferred amount. So it starts from 50 ringgit and can go up to 900 to 1,000 as well. Next. So yeah, these are a few of my pages, and then I have blogs and I write a few blogs and as well as recipes. Next, please. So about nutrition at IMU and what I gained, which I use in my current career journey is first of all, I didn't know that IMU was recognized all around the world. I mean, I was told about this, but when I applied for my master's, that's when I realized how widely IMU is known to other universities. So I had applied to almost 9 universities for my master's, and I got called to all the 8 universities except for one. So the university that I got into included even the King's College London, and I would say it's mainly because of the standards that IMU has kept at in the level of for UK students. So I would say that the reply, I applied I think a few months back during the year 2022, and I got called within like 1 month and 1.5 months of my application. Usually it takes a long time to get a reply from UK universities, but it was really fast for me. Mainly, I would say it's because of the quality that IMU has set out in other countries. And then secondly is the wide range of outside world exposure. There's a lot of career fairs, there's a lot of webinars that you can attend to. There's a lot of opportunities that IMU provides, be it internship, be it your clinical settings, everything. IMU has set the standards for the students. So it's really, really good. There's help always, they're always ready to help you. And thirdly is the business involved with food and nutrition. So we also have a module on business and nutrition, so which I have not seen in many universities, but IMU has it. So it prepares you to be your own boss, to start a business by yourself, what you need, how you can start, what are the challenges that you will face, what are the opportunities that you get. So all this IMU has done it really well. And fourthly, I would say it was not hectic. The 3-year journey was not at all hectic for me, even though it was the COVID time. So there is well breakdown. There is enough rest for you. There is enough studies. So everything is like balanced. It's not like too much studies and it's like too hectic for you to do your work. No, it's extremely balanced. And fifth is help at your doorstep. The lecturers, be it your lecturers, be it your classmates, everyone is ready to help you. They will go to an like any extent to help you achieve your goal if they know that you have the passion for it. Next, please. So next, if you want to know about the masters, I chose University of Glasgow for my masters, mainly because they had specializations. So you can choose from 5 streams: sports, community, obesity, public health, and clinical nutrition. So I chose So I haven't chosen yet, but mainly I'll be choosing sports nutrition or clinical nutrition, as sports nutrition is the emerging field at the moment. So if you have any doubts on masters or how to enroll, how I enrolled, the agent that I used, there's even scholarship also, if you're not aware, at Glasgow University, which you can get if you have a CGP of 3.5 and above. I would say if you really want to go for masters and learn more, IMU is a really good start for you. And I think for nutrition now, they have the dual programs where you can go to universities in the UK or Australia. I think Australia for your in your bachelor journey itself. So use those opportunities, use the platform that you are at the moment, use it really well. And I'm sure if you work hard, success will follow. And again, I would like to thank IMU and Dr. Megan for giving me this opportunity. And it's really good to be back to your own university and talk about your career journey. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So if you have any doubts, you can always ask me.
Okay, thank you, Shia, for your interesting topics that sharing with us today. So your journey actually serves as inspirations to those actually aspiring to make a positive impact in the nutrition industry. So we appreciate your time. So now we have come to the Q&A sections. So we are slightly delayed, so I can see many questions have been posted in the Q&A planner. So perhaps we only able to take few questions. Perhaps we can have first questions to Jia Wen and also Dr. Eugene. Do you think that more work experience would be an advantage for the person starting business? So perhaps Dr. Eugene, you want to start first?
Yes and no. In my humble opinion, because the entire idea of entrepreneurship is actually a journey of learning. So actually, whatever that you do not know, or actually in the palm of your hand, you already have Professor Google. And you can actually leverage on probably 99.9% of the knowledge already. So to be very frank, when you're actually very young, it's very low risk in the sense of if you fail, what's going to happen? Nothing much. So in that sense, in my humble opinion, you already probably are already empowered in the sense of you have internship, you have relevant courses already in IMU. So that would already form a very good foundation. And for you to learn from there, that totally depends on you. So in my humble opinion, I always even tell my own student, before you actually go into a full-time job, take the next 6 months and gamble something first. Go and try out, go and do some e-commerce, whatever it is, very, very low risk, spend about a couple of thousand ringgit, just give it a try. If it works, you will be very happy. If it doesn't, 6 months later, go and apply a resume and go back for a full-time job. That's it. It's as simple as that. There's actually no risk in my humble opinion. Yeah. Chuen, what about you?
Yeah.
Yes, like what Dr. Eugene mentioned, actually, if you start earlier, there's pro and cons that I can say lah. Because when you started early, like you don't have a lot of like life commitment, you don't have a family commitment, so you don't need to be stressed so much on your life. So when you are not doing really well, like what Dr. Eugene say, you can just go and apply like other jobs. There's a lot of job opportunity outside, but it's really depending on what value and also why do you wanted to start the business, or else you will be giving up very, very quickly. So if you have a clear direction and also a clear goal, so why not you can just start your own business? You don't need to like make it very big. You can start from small, and when there's like profit coming in, then you can grow slowly and slowly even more. But I can But I couldn't say that like if you have like other job experience. Actually, if you have job experience, it's also good for you because you can actually observe the market. If you didn't go to the on field, like if we always study, like we have been protected by IMU so well, like we study everything from IMU. But if you didn't go for internship, you didn't go for like a real life job, you wouldn't know what to expect. Yeah, so if you have 1 or 2 years of experience and then you started your own business, it will be helpful for you to be more ready to face the challenges, I can say. Yeah.
Okay, Jia Wen, thank you. And we would like to know, can you share with us what is the startup cost for the Hippie babies? There's a question. You mind to share with us what is the startup cost for the Hippie baby?
I couldn't share the real
But a broader,
but for the base of any business, it may require a minimum of like roughly around 300K.
Okay, thank you, Jia Wen. So next, perhaps we will have another question. This question is to Dr. Snigdha. So why is the entrepreneurship is a good career option for the nutrients graduate?
Well, some of the current existing jobs which are taking up has already begun with a lot of competition. If you want to stand out and if you're really interested to develop as an entrepreneur, then that's the way forward. It all depends upon whether you are passionate about it, whether you are interested, and also you have a good level of motivation to go for it. So there's no good or bad in anything. It all depends upon your own passion and your goal, what you want to do at the end of the day.
Thank you, Dr. Snigdha. So we only have the last question for the Shia. So why did you decide on the telehealth and not the same like the face-to-face business?
The main reason is because I cannot set up a office or anything in Malaysia, and meaning most of the people are now for people to interact with you, and many other people they take up the nutrition consultation during the weekends or to travel to come here. So they can fix a meeting through WhatsApp or Google Meet, and then it's same thing like face-to-face, but through online. So I preferred, also prefer online rather than face-to-face.
Okay, thank you, Shia. And due to the times and constraint, we're actually no longer able to take in the questions, but please do not hesitate to contact us or the speaker for further information related to the program. So are you ready to join us? Actually, the annual nutrition program offers a 3-year programs with options for the credit transfer to the Deakin University, Australia. And our intake is actually in July and September. So feel free to join us or contact us if you would like to learn more. So thank you once again for all the speakers for your time and also the wonderful sharing. So we will see you on our next live talk series on 22nd July, discussing on the eating for the health and also the wellness, novel ingredients on the plate at the same time. See you again and bye-bye. Thank you.